let's be clear one thing. PC port is gonna happen, okay? Whether people like it or not, PC port will happen. Like Marvel Spider-Man, what else? Wolverine. Well, unless of course you're in the case of Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog, every of their games, they will always focus on console first, okay? That's something that cannot be undone.
Morning everybody, how are y'all doing today? I'm doing great. You know, I just got back into Helldivers 2, and I'm glad I did. It's been a ton of fun. We may have lost Cyberstan, but that was a simple battle. There's still a war left to win. Keep fighting, my fellow Helldivers. Anyway, as much as I would love to talk about Helldivers, that's not what we're here to do today, because we just got some very exciting news this morning that we now have an official release date for Marvel's Wolverine. That's right, the game that got announced in what, like 2021 with a teaser, finally has a release date. I mean, we did just get the actual trailer for it a couple months ago, but still, it is confirmed to be releasing September 15th of 2026, which
September 15. I need to check on something, folks. Give me a sec. Like 6 days after Phantom Blade Zero. So Marvel's Wolverine will release 6 days after Phantom Blade Zero. This is gonna be the part where people, which I'm certain Clutch is gonna mention this, people will just dunk on PC gamers. Let's just put the whole console war thing away, okay? Let's be clear. PC is always the go-to, okay? Yes, there are some people who have consoles, but overall, people will always go to PC, okay?
In all honesty, I think it's probably best case scenario for them. It's a little bit before GTA 6 comes out. And I think if they can show some trailers and gameplay very soon and get the pre-orders up, then I think they can secure the bag before GTA 6's marketing really gets ramped up. It really is wild just how much everybody in this industry has to play around GTA 6. But yeah, I saw this and I figured, you know what? I'll just make a community post about it. And I said this: Wolverine confirmed to be dropping on September 15th. Will you be picking it up? Now, personally, I won't be picking it up because I'm on PC and it's only launching on PlayStation 5, but I guarantee within a year we're gonna see the game drop on PC, and assuming it's good, I probably will pick it up then. And I say within a year just because PlayStation's PC releases have been getting closer and closer to launch at this point, and especially you gotta consider Spider-Man 2 got announced to be coming to PC within a year of the PS5 release, and in just over a year, it was like a year and a month or something like that.
It's actually 16 months. I believe it's 16 months. Sometimes you wonder, why did they port it so fast? Take a look with Marvel Spider-Man 1. It took that game 4 years to be ported to PC, but Marvel Spider-Man 2 took faster. 16 months. Think about that.
It ended up coming to PC. And Spider-Man 2 was quite literally their biggest game of this generation, so, I mean, it just makes sense. There's plenty of money to be made on PC, as we've seen in the past. Now, while most of the replies to this community post that I made were positive, and they were just people talking about, hey, I'm gonna pick up the game, I'm really looking forward to it, or whatever, I noticed a couple comments that had very few likes and a metric boatload of replies, which, of course, piqued my interest, so I had to check them out. And surprisingly, or I guess unsurprisingly, there were multiple PlayStation fanboys in my comments using the Wolverine release date announcement not to talk about how excited they are for the game, not to talk about what they're looking forward to with it, but instead to use this as an excuse to console war and say, just buy a PlayStation, which,
No, that's not how it works.
I don't think I will. But anyway, enough of me stalling. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into these angry console fanboys who use an upcoming game they're supposedly excited for as a way to dunk on people who don't own their favorite plastic box. First off, this guy says, you PC people are weird, just buy it on PS5, it's not that hard to do. And then somebody else replies and says, why? In a year it's going to be on the PC. You console fans are weird if you think we will pay $500 for one delayed game. And then the original guy replies and says, I hope you are wrong. I'm pretty sure their PC ports barely make them money, and I'm tired of Sony continuing to lie to me. You're right, it's not that hard to buy the game on PS5. I could if I wanted to. That's the thing, this is not a money issue for me. I could buy a PS5, and I could buy Wolverine day one, but like, why would I do that?
Correct. Again, folks, I too have a PS5, but one reason I buy it because of Stellar Blade, okay? Not because of other games, okay? Stellar Blade was the real reason I bought a PS5, okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it. I would have waited for the PC port, but I bought it. And for Wolverine, listen, folks, regardless what game it is, performance is another story, okay? It doesn't matter it doesn't matter if your game has masculine or not, or attractive female character or not. If the game cannot run, it doesn't matter what platform it is, then don't bother justifying that game or the price.
Within a year, it's going to be on PC, and I'm going to get a far better experience on PC than I ever would on PS5. I'm not spending over $500 to play a game like a year, not even early, in a worse form than what my PC would provide me if I just waited. You only get to experience a game for the first time once. I want to experience it the first time in the best way. Also, I love how this guy says, I'm pretty sure the PC ports barely make them any money. Like, dude, you could have just looked it up and saved yourself the embarrassment. Sony has literally made billions off of PC at this point. And people love to say, oh, well, the $2 billion they made on PC or whatever is nothing compared to the $20 billion or whatever it is that they pull in every year on the console. And to that, I say this. Would you rather have $2 billion extra dollars or not $2 billion extra dollars? Because all that money they made on PC is money they would not have made if they didn't put their games on PC.
Yeah.
Imagine I go up to you with a proposition and I'm like, hey, so you've got this game. Well, for very little money, we can put it on another platform and you'll make hundreds of millions more potentially off of that one game. And if you keep doing it, then you'll get into the billions.
Also, I think right now, currently, there's not many games to be ported to PC right now. We all know Death Stranding 2 is already ported to PC. I mean, what else is there? Because don't forget, there aren't many games that can be ported to PC. The Last of Us, already done. I don't know if Uncharted is going to be ported to PC. If there is, let me know in the comments. Besides from that, that's it. There's not much left for Sony to port games to PC. If there is, it's not even released yet.
Really gonna say no to basically printing money. You don't even have to be like a smart businessman to make this decision. I think anybody would agree that more money is better than less money. And that's all besides the point of why does it even matter to you where people buy and play their games? Like, why is that so important to you? It doesn't negatively affect you if I buy a game on PC. In fact, it's arguably a good thing for you because then they get more money to make more games, but whatever. In another reply, somebody else said, as a PC gamer, I gotta ask, why would I spend almost $600 on a console just to play one $70 game? It makes no financial sense when I already have a PC costed $800 that performs way better than a PS5. And then OP responds and says, you are wrong, there are tons of games you could play on PS5 and I hope it doesn't come to PC, laughing face. Somebody else then responds and says, the PS5 is underpowered, why would I buy a game that only plays on the weakest device? OP replies again and says, you just love making up lies. The guy replies and says, what lie? And then OP replies again and says, Sony and Kojima promised me and everyone it would be only on PS5 forever, not on stupid PC months later. Angry face emoji. Damn, the angry face emoji really drives home the point. Yes, you are correct. There are tons of games you could play on PS5, but I can also play those games on PC.
That's
right. Then why would I spend extra money on hardware I don't need? And again, what's with this obsession of hoping that Wolverine doesn't come to PC? Like, spoiler alert, it's going to. It's not an if, it's a when. And also, no, dude, Sony didn't lie to you. I mean, they have lied to you in the past, absolutely. But given you also mentioned Kojima, I'm assuming you're referring to Death Stranding 2 in this situation. They never said it would only be on PS5 forever. In fact, I'm pretty sure everybody knew it was coming to PC at some point. Like, if you're going into PlayStation exclusives expecting them and hoping for them to be exclusive to PlayStation forever, then you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. Which, again, query as to why you care so much that the game would even go to PC in the first place. Are you just that insecure about your purchase of your plastic box that you feel like you need PC gamers to not have the game to feel justified in the purchase? Because, and I've said it a million times, but I'll say it again, if the one thing getting you to buy a plastic box is a game arbitrarily tied to it, that plastic box is inherently not worth the money, and you only bought it because you were forced to buy it. Now, if you're on PlayStation or Xbox and it's just because that's where you prefer to be, then that's fine. But don't spend a few $100 on a plastic box and then complain when other people get to play the game later. It just makes you seem insecure.
And also, I don't know if Klutz knows this. Some people who do this whole console war, like PlayStation fanboys, according to Oh No It's Alex, they don't play games. I'm certain some of you who are watching this, you probably have a PS5 and you too play games. You don't go on Twitter to go console warring. Let's be clear, games are made by a computer. Why can't these console fanboys even learn? Even though you want to make a game for the console, at the end of the day, it will be made by a computer. That's a no-brainer.
more comment. PC lords upset that the game is not day one. They sound like Xbots. Look, man, I'm gonna be completely honest. I would love for this game to be day one, but ultimately I am not gonna lose any sleep over it because I know it's coming in the future, and I've got plenty of games I can play in the meantime.
Hell yeah,
and to be 100% honest, the biggest reason I want PlayStation games on PC day one, besides the fact that, you know, it's better for everybody, is that upsets people like you, and it allows me to make more content like this. That's not to mention as well, we don't even know if Wolverine is going to be good. Like, forgive me for questioning the quality of a product before we've actually seen any extensive looks at it, but I remember getting pretty hyped up for Spider-Man 2, even though it wasn't going to be on PC for a while, just because I liked the first one so much, and then it ended up not being very good. I legitimately do hope Wolverine does deliver, though, and if it does, great. I've got a great game to look forward to when it comes to PC, like 6 months or a year after release, and if not, then I'll just ignore it like I have been with Spider-Man 2.
For my console, I only got like, what, 8 games, okay? And barely any of them, well, at least half of them, are either AAA, some of them are indie. Like, for example, Stellar Blade, and I believe it's Sniper Elite Resistance, I believe the next one, is, of course, AAA. Other than that, that's it. Oh yeah, Dynasty Warrior Origin. So that's what? That's 3. First off, shout out to Klutzy King. When it comes to PC port, folks, let's be clear. It's gonna happen either way, okay? And frankly, right now, there aren't many PC port because Sony hasn't released anything. Like, for example, they already released Death Stranding 2, and now it is getting a PC port. What are the games they haven't ported? To any of you who knows what games that Sony hasn't ported to PC, let me know in the comments. At this point, Sony has ported almost every game in their ecosystem that have been released, okay? Maybe Wolverine will be next. Phantom Blade Zero, that is probably on PC as well, although I don't know how the performance is gonna do since it has Denuvo. It'll be interesting to see. So here's the thing, folks. Yes, some people might have a PC, some people might have a console. But overall, folks, when you need to do things like video editing, you want to record anything, how are you gonna record? Think about that. And remember one thing, not everyone can buy a console and also a TV. I use a monitor or best bet capture card just to capture games when I'm playing on the console, okay? And that's not even working. Well, there are times it works, there are times it doesn't. Now, when it comes to performance, that's another key feature, okay? If Marvel's Wolverine isn't performing well on the console, then you can bet the PC port have to be rushed because they knew the PC port can do a better job when it comes to performance, okay? It doesn't matter if the game is woke or not, or if the game has attractive character or not. Performance is another story, okay? No games cannot ignore performance. Let's be clear on that one.
Supplies and production were vital areas of the war in which the Allies dominated. Relentless Allied bombing runs over Ruhr Valley factories resulted in an increasingly crippled German war machine. Methodical strafing of the railroads and rail yards left behind broken trains stalled on destroyed tracks. Without fuel, Germany's heavy weapons were useless. Its vaunted panzers immobilized and its planes grounded, the German infantry was left to carry on the fight alone.